Starting now. Welcome in to another very special episode of the Go STR live stream series. I'm your host, Sam Mastretta, in the Falaya Focus podcast studio for the next 15 minutes while we introduce and talk a little bit to Aaron Stowers and Brenda Figueroa, very special guests from the Pocono STR Con right around the corner. Okay, guys, it is Friday and Saturday, August 22nd and 23rd. There's a lot of buzz around the industry about this, and they're going to give us a little teaser about what to expect and how it came to be. So, Aaron, Brenda, how's it going?
Hi, it's going well. Sam, is actually the 23rd and the 24th.
Okay.
So it's Friday the 23rd for our no-cost workshops for seasoned or existing hosts. And then the 24th is the entire event, going from locating a property to financing a property to scaling in your current property. So a lot going on with us on those 2 days.
Outstanding.
Yep, we are beyond excited, Sam. And well, we also just thank you for having us. Give us the title again, Falaya Focus. I love it. Studios.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Well, the pleasure's all mine. So I figured there was a lot of buzz going around, the marketplace and social media and everything. So I said, look, let's just go to the source itself. So we've got Aaron and Brenda here. So can you guys, I guess, Brenda, can we start with you? Maybe
Sure.
explain your role, how this whole thing came to be, and then same thing with Aaron.
Well, again, thank you for having us, as Stowers said. So how this entire thing started, we purchased homes in the Poconos in 2020 during the pandemic. We did very well. We purchased 3 properties. We've been hosting since then. I met Stowers along the way. Stowers has a property management company. He also has a cleaning business. But I think that where our paths crossed was during a Pocono STR mixer that I had at one of my properties. I host a group chat of female STR owners in Poconos, just as a mentor for females that are starting up, just helping them connect to support systems, resources, networking, best practices. And so Stowers was invited to present to that group at one of my properties, and then the rest is just history in terms of how we cross paths. But I think that the most important thing with this is we have a platform, we have a forum, we have a need to connect these STR hosts and potential hosts to services. And that opened up the idea of a conference, just pretty much doing that on a global scale, right? Having more reach, and just, if we can just bottle what we've been doing successfully with individual properties, we can have more reach and maximize our reach. I think that Stowers and I really hit it off with attempting to scale the business in the Poconos, to create not just a place where people can just come and stay, but to actually create an experience. And I think Stowers does that through the Poconos Concierge company that he has. And so here we are, Sam.
Outstanding. And Aaron, I'm going to call you Stowers from now on.
I call him Stowers.
That's awesome. That's
so
awesome.
if you want me to just piggyback on there,
Yeah.
I'll kind of take from where she ended, and then I'll go a little bit further. Everything she said is completely accurate, how we met. So what we're trying to do with the conference from this point on is everything she mentioned, from best practices to strategies. So what we're really trying to attempt with this conference is 3 things. And the top 2 are education and networking. So a lot of people will spend thousands of dollars on secular education, if they for their job, for things like this. What we recognize, and it's not just in the Poconos, this is the entire nation, is that a lot of attendees that are going to be at our conference and a lot of people just they need that knowledge. And so what we decided to do is bring in national speakers such as Bill Faith, who is he has that title, the guru of this industry. Justin Ford, he is the safety expert. We are bringing in Kenny Bidwell, who is the data expert with STR Insights. So we're trying to bring in all of these people, and we're putting them in one room to give everyone at this conference the education they need. So you spend a lot of money on a lot of different things. Well, spend a little bit to get the education you need that's going to help your STR business. And then the next thing is you have all these people in one room, Sam. Well, getting the chance to talk with them, getting the chance to talk with fellow STR owners that have gone through some of the trials and tribulations you've gone through, and to network with them and see what helped them is invaluable. And then the third thing, if I could just add one more that we're going to try and do at this conference is, and this is any conference assembly you go to, that's just to kind of invigorate you, motivate you. We've got a wonderful motivational speaker that's a local business owner, Olympian. Randy Dietrich is going to speak, and he's going to just try and motivate you. You can have a 700 plus credit score. You could be top in your industry, but sometimes we just get maybe a little dejected or not feel like we can do it. This is a new industry to many people. So those are the three things that we're going to try and accomplish with this conference: education, networking, and just encouragement.
Absolutely. Well, it sounds like you guys are definitely going to achieve those, because the feedback that I've heard from your previous event has kind of enabled and inspired you guys, I guess, to have another one, right? So this is the second.
This is the second, in the Poconos. The first one was sponsored by the VRO, but I want to bring that up, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, because at that event we actually met Bill Faith, and I want to just highlight that the amount of support that he has provided individually to some of the women in our forum has been exponential. He chose one or two and actually gave them his personal contact information, awarded them free access to his masterclass, to the point that one of those couples from the Poconos is currently in Puerto Rico in his couples retreat. So I'm saying this because these guys are the real deal.
Yeah.
And that interaction in March was life-changing for one of our women members from the STR Poconos women's group. And so I did not expect things to happen the way that they did. And so that's why we wanted to invite him back particularly. And then Kenny with his area of expertise, and of course Justin, that for me has been very eye-opening. I go into my properties trying to find those safety concerns, and I DM him, and I'm like, hey Justin, what do you think about this? And he responds like, these are guys that are committed to this industry, and so these are the people that we want at this conference.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And if I could piggyback again on what she's saying and take it even another further. So she talked about what our keynote speaker, Bill Faith, and we're having a lot of wonderful speakers that we're really proud to have. But another aspect that I wanted to mention a little bit and talk about is our vendors. So our conference is going to have this wonderful conference on Saturday, but also on Saturday, we're having a traditional home show. We're calling it our marketplace. So we have 60 wonderful vendors. Some are local vendors. One of the big issues you have when you're doing this, something happens in the house, you got to call a plumber. You need a locksmith really quick. You need a hot tub repairman really quick. So we have a lot of local vendors, and we have a lot of national sponsors they'll have booths there, like Price Labs will be there. And if we have time to talk about it, we have this wonderful, wonderful vendor that will be there that helps with marketing for your STR. So if we have time in this podcast, we can talk a little bit about that guy, a company called Go STR Marketing. But the point I'm making is, of all the vendors that are there, they're all personally chosen. We only could do 60, but every one of the 60 can help your STR in some kind of a way.
Now, Stowers, I'm sorry, Sam, you mentioned Go STR Marketing. I want to talk a little bit about that because that is something that I've been looking into for El Ranchito. Sam, you know, I am the owner of El Ranchito Poconos, and I think that we've successfully broken into the direct booking market. And I have been looking at Go STR Marketing to help me scale that. One thing that I'm failing at, Sam, is getting those rebookings, like the repeat guests. Mm-hmm. They do come, but they're coming on their own, Sam. I'm not doing anything to attract them back. They're coming because of the experience, but I think that right now I want to be intentional and diligent with marketing to those guests that have already experienced the Ranchito, know the property, know the area, were content when they visited. So Sam, can you just really just give me a quick roundabout on what I'm doing wrong or what I can do better and how Go STR can help me market to those repeat guests?
Yeah, absolutely. So it sounds like you're doing a lot of things right because they want to come back and revisit your property. So, you know, I find clients that we have that they have great numbers, right? It's all because of their property and their hosting experience that they provide. So what we do is we make it easy for your clients to find your property and book your property again after they leave. They get a text and an email about a week or so after they leave. It's professionally designed and customized to your brand with your properties. So it looks like it's you sending these texts and emails. And so for the next 12 months, they get a different designed email and text that directs them to your direct booking site. And so, you know.
And what does this email say? Does it give them a discount code? What does it say?
Yeah, so there are a lot of different. So each message is different and unique. So you know we want to offer value in whatever we do communicate with them. So whether it's 10% off or a free night if they book 10 or 12 or 14 nights, or even if it's, you know, here's some restaurants. Here's some of my favorite restaurants that you may not have known about. Here are some off-season events that our guests just love. Next time you're interested and have a free weekend, come check it out. So it's really kind of bolstering your shoulder in slow seasons to really kind of even out that seasonality, and it's all done for you. And it just works really well. So we're happy to help that.
I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I think that this is an area that I want to fill this gap. Again, I'm doing well with the direct bookings, but it's happening on its own. And imagine if I put some effort into this and some intentionality.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I actually built this for myself. I never intended on like selling it or like doing anything like that. But year over year, after I experienced a 400% increase in my direct bookings compared to not using this, I was talking to a friend in the industry and they're like, you have to share this with people. So, I did this with
my. I'm glad that you did. I'm very glad that you did. And I hope that I can get to use this successfully as you are.
Absolutely. Well, I'll be talking on Friday and amongst your other fantastic workshops that you're going to have going on. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then also the breakout speakers on Saturday. What can, I guess, what are some parting words that you would give for folks to really, if they're on the edge of coming or going? I mean, look, I'm coming from half a country away, right? I think this is great what you're doing, and what you're really enabling people to do, in my opinion, is to help build that team, because it is very, very difficult to build something successful in a one-man show. You have to have partners, you have to have teams to allow yourself to elevate to that CEO business owner level. And so that's what we try to do with our marketing efforts. And you're going to have great folks to talk to that'll really complement your business here. I mean, it's going to be 2 full days of that. So you really need to go. Brenda, Aaron, what are your thoughts?
I would say the same thing. If you're on the edge and you're not sure, do I want to invest the money in the conference, or if I want to go, or if I don't want to go, what I would say to that is come first. And the reason why I would say come is, how often are you going to get Justin Ford, Sam Mistretta, Bill Faith, all of these people in one room, to be able to talk to them, to be able to hear them firsthand? There are a lot of virtual conferences, and nothing against them. We just went through COVID. COVID hugs are great, but real hugs are even better. So to be able to get everybody in one room and to be able to hear them, to be able to shake their hand, to be able to get the networking, it's really priceless. Like you mentioned, and I'll just mention it again quickly, these free workshops we're doing on Friday, one-on-one workshops, they're priceless. So if you're on the edge, I would say it's a small investment to help your STR journey. And so I would say it's worth it. That's what I would suggest. Brenda?
Listen, you're talking about in person. We were at the in-person VRO Pocono STR Con, where I made some great connections. I met Chris Barrett from the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau. I met Brian, which is also Chris's associate there. And they have been supporting us through this process.
Yeah, we didn't mention them. I'm sorry.
We just met them at the conference in March, and I feel like we know them forever with all the support that they have provided for us.
Yeah.
In addition, we met a few ladies that joined our women's forum from that. So there is no substitution for in-person networking and just connecting with like-minded people.
Yeah.
And the other part is that we have a series of workshops in Spanish, Sam.
Oh yeah.
I did notice that. Absolutely.
And so that's valuable, especially for my community that sometimes can suffer from the imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't always an entrepreneur. I wasn't always a successful business owner. What did I do different that you can replicate to get you to this point? And those are the conversations. And as Bill does, I want to be available to anyone that is interested in continuing to connect with me and that I can possibly mentor even after. Because this is not about monetizing. I promise you, Sam, this is not about monetizing. This is about really allowing people to access what you've accessed and to motivate those that are on the fence and to help those that are doing this and are not being successful potentially scale and elevate their business, their STR business in the Poconos.
So well said.
I love it. Yeah, we all put in too much work in our businesses not to care that much. So I love what you're doing.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Sam.
So look, where Stowers, Brenda, where can folks find out more and buy tickets to this upcoming conference?
So you can go, great question. You can go to Pocono STR and Home Conference.com, or if you don't like to type a lot like me, you can go to pshconference.com and you can find the link to Eventbrite for buying tickets. You can find out all the information about the conference on our website.
Fantastic. Well, guys, I don't know about you, but I enjoyed my time here. I always love talking to you guys. So thank you so much for your time. I know you've got a very busy schedule, and thanks so much for joining me here on the Go STR Live series.
Absolutely, Sam. And we got to come back and do this once I start using Go STR marketing, because I want to be a testimonial to the impact that it's made for my business. I look forward to that.
Awesome.
Same here.
Awesome. Well, we're here to serve. So
Thanks for having
Sam.
us.
guys,
Sam.
appreciate it. See you soon.
Thank you, Stowers. See you later.
See ya.